In the midst of everything going on in our world right now, we wanted to share a bit of positive news to get you into your weekend. The New York Post reports that China has closed all 16 temporary coronavirus hospitals in Wuhan because they don't have enough cases to support them. And Business Insider says Apple has reopened all 42 of its retail stores in China. News 5 in Cleveland, Ohio says Metro Health Medical Center is the first hospital in the state that can now test COVID-19 samples at its lab, with results available in just 2 hours as opposed to a couple of days. And one more for you. NBC News reports that many companies are working on vaccines. Experts say there are 3 that are closest to being tested, approved, and available to the U.S. public. Tax day is being moved to July 15th. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin made the announcement on Twitter this morning, saying, at the president's direction, all taxpayers will have this additional time to file and make payments without interest or penalties. Mnuchin also said in a separate tweet, I encourage all taxpayers who may have tax refunds to file now and get your money. 2 North Dakota sisters are in a rush to return home after their overseas trip was cut short by the coronavirus outbreak. Valley News Team's Joshua Peguero speaks to family members as the women sit waiting for a flight out of France with their fingers crossed.
Lucy Spiegelmeyer and Lynette Simons are avid travelers. They went on a trip to Morocco, arriving on March 9th, but things went sideways soon after setting foot in the country.
Since Sunday, they've been trying to find flights to get home because the country has been shut down.
Morocco on Monday closed down all bars, restaurants, hotels, and entertainment centers to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. Both women could not catch a flight out of the African nation. Most were canceled.
Very stressful situation for all of us.
Still a lot of unknowns, and there seems to be a lot of rumors going around.
Jordan Ruby and Mackenzie Scharf say their mom was disappointed that the governments of the United Kingdom and France picked up their citizens first.
You know, they were planning on having a nice leisurely trip there, but when Trump had said or encouraged everyone to get back to the U.S., their trip had ceased, and they did their best to get back to the airports and get home as soon as possible.
The stranded women told their family they were picked up late Thursday night by a plane and taken to France. An email sent to them by the State Department stated they would sign a promissory note upon boarding, agreeing to pay the federal government nearly $1,500. The women say they made it out just in time before a state of emergency was declared in Morocco that would not allow anyone on the streets. After catching a connecting flight in New York City, they'll be landing at Hector International Airport sometime on Sunday. In Fargo, Joshua Peguero, Valley News Live.
The stranded North Dakotans say the Air France plane that picked them up last night was empty and the flight crew was made up of volunteers. One local company is giving back in a big way. Their story is coming up next.